Welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans, the talk show that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so-called African American didn't come to America in the trunk of a ship. I'm your host, the Indigenous One. And today, see, I told y'all I was going to get this brother. This brother explains stuff where it's simple to understand, which we all need is understanding, and the way he gives it is simple for us to understand. He's going to share some light with us today on some questions that we may have and stuff he talks about sometimes we may not know, but he's going to explain it to us because it does affect our life. So without any further ado, welcome Orion Morninstar.
Peace, brother. One love, yo. All right, Indigenous One. Amen. You already know. Sila, bless, all
Yes,
that.
sir.
Namaste. You already know. One love.
Yeah.
Up. Yeah. Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on, by the way, brother.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
hey,
I appreciate it.
No, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate brothers out there who really looking at the world the way it is.
Awesome.
And passing that information on to the rest of us, because that's what we're trying to do. We out here, you see what's happening to us out here, and it's brothers like you that step up. And it's just simple. We just got to pay attention to ourselves and show some love to ourselves, and you help do that, and you help bring that light.
Yes, sir.
So I appreciate it, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bless that. One love.
What's up, man? So what's going on with the world today, man? How should we look at this?
Yo, man, you don't know, brother. Everything is good, fam. I'm looking at it from a positive perspective. You know what I'm saying? As bad as it seems. Okay, let me just say it like this. Let me just break it down real quick for you. The ancestors, our people, they deal with results. Okay, it's not always so much good and bad or positive and negative like as we see it. They deal in results. You see me? So the end result of this, from what I see, is even though it seems like separation, it's actually going to bring us together. As weird as that may seem. You know what I'm saying? It's like a paradox, a conundrum sort of, you know, where it's like one thing that seems completely contrary is actually leading you to the goal that you're trying to reach.
Right. I understand.
Right. So it seems like this. The time we're in, family, what I see of the time we're in is actually the breakdown of time. Correct? Like this is what we're doing. We're filtering out the bullshit right now. You dig? Everything that's an illusion that's not benefiting us is being taken off the table.
Check.
You see what I said? But this change is like all change. It's not easy. Change is always rough. It's always hard, but it's the only constant. Nothing stays the same. Everything changes.
Check.
But depending on where your energy is going, where you're focusing, that's where you're going to end up in your change, in your flip, in your own personal flip. Not even just the entire universe, because remember, this space that we live in, it's a holding. It's like a holding room where all of us as souls who exist within our own dimensions, our own personal bubbles, we get to interact with each other within this space. You see me? But within this space, it's a filter, because not everyone in this space is what you would call quote unquote good. And not everyone in this space is what you call quote unquote bad. We're seeking balance. We're looking for a result. Seeing? So the result we're looking for is a higher realm. We're looking for a higher dimension. We're looking for a place without all these restrictions being put on us. But in order for us to get there, we had to go through this filter. You see what I say?
Yes, sir.
All right, because fam, this is going to sound really strange, but the enemy that we're fighting is ourselves. Everything is a mirror reflecting back to us the things inside of us that we like and things we don't like. So now we're being given the time to sift through that. We're being able to see ourselves for what we really are. And if we're moving on the right frequency, we have the chance now to remove those negative elements and just build the positive ones. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
Most definitely.
Yeah, man. So I really feel like that's where we're at, family. You know what I mean? That's where we're at. We're in the time of revelations. We're in the time of the lifting of the veil, what they call the apocalypse, right? And what does the apocalypse mean? Everyone thinks it means it's scary, you know, run and hide and all this, but the apocalypse literally just means the unveiling. It's the opening of our eyes. We're starting to see now, and we're in 2020, right? The 2020 equals 2020 vision.
That's
See?
right.
Yes. So now we're able to see things that were before hidden from us. You see what I'm saying? And now that everything's being revealed, what are we going to do with these options we're being given? That's what's going on right now.
When you talk about the ancestors,
Yes.
you talk about those who were here at a time when we weren't here.
Correct.
And I think that's one of the interesting elements you hit on is time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it possible, and because this is something that we rarely talk about, is it possible that those ancestors are us in another time, or how does that work? Since energy can neither be created nor destroyed, how does that work when it comes to time?
You're exactly, like, you're correct. Your question is kind of weird because you asked the beautiful question because you kind of answered the question with your question, but it's a beautiful question. Yeah, let me break that down. Okay. We are, like you said, we are energy, right? We're living souls. See, and so now you take like the story of Osiris when Osiris was tricked by his brother Set, remember, and put into a coffin and then chopped into 14 pieces.
Check.
Okay, that coffin that Osiris was put in was actually the human body, and that was Osiris being inserted into the matrix by Set. He was tricked into entering the matrix by his brother. You feel what I'm saying? So now let's just look at it like this. Our physical bodies are just avatars for our souls. It's like a vehicle you're using to drive in the third dimension. If you're a diver and you want to go down 10,000 feet underwater, you have to go into a submarine or put on a special suit in order to move around in that environment. Well, it's the exact same thing. Remember, it's as above, so below. We're just imitating what already is there. So in order for us as spiritual beings to move around as, let's say, fifth dimension or higher beings to move around in the third dimension, we needed to create avatars that can move around in this pressurized atmosphere. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me say this.
Yeah.
You see what I mean, y'all? See how simple he make this shit? Damn. Okay, man, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you, bro. So in order for us to move around in these environments, we put on our spacesuits, these bodies. And as crazy as it may sound, we're living souls, we're energy. So you can't be physical. There's no such thing as physical. You are just literally energy that's been slowed down to its slowest point. You see what I'm saying? So with the thing with time, the thing with time now, family, is this. We experience time as actually entropy. So what entropy is, family, is, okay, in time, all things go into decline. So you start up here and you go down, you lose energy, you gradually lose energy, correct? So what happens is you're actually bleeding out energy. Your energy is actually being sucked out. You're not actually aging. The time thing is a construct that was created in order to trick us into believing that we're growing old and we're dying and all this crap. But remember, we're living souls. How do you go old as a soul? You don't grow old, right? What's happening is your body was used as a trap. You understand? It was flipped.
Yeah.
They took your avatar and sort of hacked it. They hacked it like a computer and reversed your polarity and the way your energy flow is supposed to work. Because you're supposed to be connected to the universe. You feed the universe, and the universe feeds you in reciprocity, balance. We don't have that. They turned our universe into a vampiric entropy universe that just sucks your energy out. So from the day you're born, you're given, like, let's say you're given 10 gallons of energy. I'm just using this as an example. In this universe, as time goes, it just goes less. They just deplete it ounce by ounce, pint by pint. They just suck your energy out till you have none, and then you die. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have no more energy in order to move around. Because they've took all your shit and we're separated from source, so we're not being fed back. So we're just losing and bleeding our loosh. They call it loosh, right? the fourth dimension entities, the prisoners that the Most High trapped in the fourth dimensions, you call them reptilians, fallen angels, whatever you want. They operate from the fourth dimension, and they use this entropy universe to feed off of us because they can't feed from source. So they've been feeding off of us. Now, this time illusion works like this. Okay, our bodies are made up of these cells, right? Our cells, each one of our cells has a tail on it, right? So the tail, this will be your cell, and let's say this is the tail. Your tail will be called the telomere, right? The telomere is your RNA. It tells the DNA in your cell what to become. Now, your cells forever replicate. They never die. They just split and become another cell, right? And keep replicating. But in order for the replication to take place, the telomere, the RNA tail, has to tell the DNA what to become. Now, the problem that we're having is that our telomeres, every time your cell splits and reproduces itself, your telomere gets shorter and shorter and shorter until you have no more telomere. So you have no more instructions telling your cell what to become. And that's when your cells die. That's when you start aging and becoming old. You see what I say? So in reality, if your telomere had the same enzyme that your cell had, which it's supposed to, your telomere would reproduce itself at the same time as the cell and never get shorter. Meaning, physically, you would never age. And this is facts. You guys could go look this up. Look up the cell reproduction, look up a telomere, look up how it operates, and you'll see what I'm saying. This is all science. You see me? So now imagine for a second, right, that your cells reproduce themselves like they're naturally supposed to. And imagine for a second that we had a perfectly balanced environment where, let's say, the sun didn't rise or set. It just stayed in one place. And it's actually written like this in the scriptures, in the Bible, and a few other scriptures where it says the sun will not be needed for light anymore. We will be the light of the world. You understand what I'm saying? So now imagine we always have light and we never age. How would you tell the passage of time? You wouldn't be able to.
Right.
It would just be living in the eternal now. That's what we're supposed to be doing. All the time thing is a distraction. It keeps you either locked in the past or locked in the future. So you either have anxiety about what's to come or regret about what you already did. So your mind is never fully anchored in the now, giving thanks for what we have here and now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. So, okay. So here's another question, because me and my daughter have this conversation all the time.
Right.
What about music? How does music, because old music and then like today's music, there seems to be a dichotomy or a split where it separates the masses. It separates my granddaughter from me.
Yes.
Because she listens to some bullshit. And I think I'm listening to some classical stuff.
Right.
She like Rick James ain't talking. I'm like, yeah, you know. I'm like,
You see how
so how does music, something like music, play into what you're saying?
Okay. It's actually, it is everything. It is everything about what we're saying right now. You dig? Because we live in a verse, a universe. A verse is a song, right? Remember, everything is word, sound, power. Everything is vibration and frequency. Everything. So when we're talking about music now, we're talking about the physical representation of our frequencies and vibrations. See, when someone sings a song, makes beautiful music, makes beautiful notes, that's just a reflection of what's supposed to be inside of us when we're balanced and in harmony. Right. But remember back in the day, I think I don't quote me on this exactly because I don't know. I forgot the exact numbers, but we're at something like 432 hertz in the music or something like that. Right. And it's supposed to be something like something else. You guys need, you guys need to just look that up. But it was the Nazi Germans who switched the frequency of the music. Before Nazi Germany, the music was on the proper tone with the Schumann resonance of the planet. The same frequency that our planet was moving on and our universe was moving on, that's what our music originally was on. You see, after the Nazis changed that tone, that natural tone and frequency, and sped it up or whatever the hell they did, because it's just a different frequency. Like if you ask like engineers who do music about this, they could tell you much better than I can. I'm just giving you the you know what I mean? The scratching the surface of what I know. You dig? Yeah. So once the frequency changed, once the Nazis switched up that frequency from the love vibration to the anti-life equation, fam, it's like all the music we've been listening to has been fuckery. No matter what we think. You know what I mean? It's on
Right.
the wrong it's completely on the wrong frequencies. Just hearing those tones messes
Right.
with the water in your body. And remember, um, our cells react to sounds and to frequency. So like if you're saying to your cell, hey, I love you, if you say to your water, I love you, you can look at it under a microscope. The water molecules form beautiful geometric patterns. You know what I'm saying? Star tetrahedrons and all kind of wonderful shapes just by saying I love you. But once you yell at it and you're like, oh, I hate you, you're a piece of shit, it gets distorted. The shit gets the shapes get bent out of shape. Meaning, if you drink that water, the light code is gonna mess you up because it's all codes, right? So no matter what music we're listening to, if it's not on the right frequency, it's messing with the water of our body. And that's what they did to the whole planet. They're pumping the wrong frequency. So no matter what the songs are, even though it's a good song and it sounds good to your head, the frequency's still off. But if you wanted to hear natural music on a natural frequency right now to know how it's supposed to feel, like as soon as you hear it, you feel high, you get euphoric, you're just like, wow, this just makes you just have to move. If you want to hear music like that, you mostly kind of have to go back to tribal times. Like you could go to like let's say even Africa we're talking about, or here in America, Northwest Africa, you go check the natives. You go check the natives in Africa, that Africa over there, or this version of Africa over here, or you go to the Caribbean. You understand what I'm saying? And you listen to like native people playing their guitars and playing drums and stuff and singing with their voices. That's the closest we're going to get to the natural frequency right now until we change back, you know, the whole digital database. You know what I mean? Or whatever they switched when the Nazis did that. You dig? Because it's not the thing I'm talking about right now is not okay, because you know I'm into the metaphysics and stuff like that. But what I'm talking about right now is actually physical engineering shit. Like they changed the tone, the main, you know what I mean? So it's like it's better to get like a person who's an actual professional at that to break down that particular part about the frequency part. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh yes, yes. But I think that you're bringing it up gives people some, you know, give them a better view of what's going on.
Yeah, something to look for.
Yeah, because that's the reason I have you on, because you explain stuff. I mean, hit one if you guys agree. He explains shit so simply we cannot see it. So now when my granddaughter says, "Well, what is super freak?"
I'm like, no, I was thinking about that the other day, bro. I was like listening to like some of the new hip hop because I listen to all kind of music, you know what I mean? And I'm listening to some vibe, and I'm like, yo, check this out. I'm like, I'm always bunning out these new cats. I'm like, yo, some of these cats, yo, they took us off into this blah blah blah. But then I look back into myself, and I'm like, no, dog. Listen to some of the shit I used to listen from Shabba Ranks and shit. Dog, I used to listen to some horrible shit growing up, and I'm like, it was no different. It was just a little bit more innocent back then. So we were more naive, but it was the same thing. They just took it. We couldn't have what we have now if we didn't have what we had then. You see what I said? Our music built up to where we are now. So we can't blame the youth right now. They're just following us.
That's right.
Like your granddaughter said, super freak. With super freak led to Nicki Minaj, man.
Okay, and then on time, that's what I mean. And what you just said, on that aspect of time,
right?
Since you said that the music we listen to leads up to this,
right?
And since that take time, is that part of the programming aspect of it?
Yep.
You know, making it to what you want it to be?
Yes, it takes, because these programs that they run, they go for centuries, bro. It's not like us. They don't have short sight like most of us have now. We think like this. The people who run this, they think like that, bro. Expanse. They'll set up a 10,000 year plan, fam.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't care, because remember, fam, it's the same thing, comes back to time. Those people know that even though, let's say they set something up 1,000 years ago and they died 1,000 years ago, they know they're coming back 1,000 years from now because there is no death.
Right.
You're jumping, and it's not reincarnation. It's none of that. You are energy and you can't die. You're being tricked into thinking you're in a body, that you're growing old, then you're dying. No, you're a soul. They keep you blind so they could keep feeding off of you. The only way they could do that is by putting you in different avatars over and over again, erasing your memory, scrambling your brain, keeping you confused. Because once you're not confused, once you know yourself, that's why the greatest saying is know thyself. Once you know thyself, bro, they can't work those tricks on you anymore. Matter of fact, you'll even be able to reverse the aging in your own avatar. You'll be able to stop yourself from aging, reverse all that process. You see what I said? But once you know, you just have to know. You see, they reincarnate into their own family and they keep their memory. Exactly. They keep their memories while erasing ours, so they're always on top. We're always behind.
Say that one more time.
They keep reincarnating into their own families, keep their memories together. They keep the books, keep all the scriptures. That's why they have these cults and these groups and these secret societies. That's how they keep the information to themselves. While now we keep getting erased and scrambled, coming back over and over, trying to start from zero again, picking up the pieces again, while they starting off from, the finish line. They're already at the finish line. You know what I mean? And that's how they keep it going. So once we know ourselves, that shit won't work anymore. And like I said, we will even be able to reverse aging, because you'll be in contact with yourself and you'll start talking to your own selves. And the first thing you got to do right now, family, is break that contract. Tell them that you do not agree. You do not, what is that word? My bad. I just had a brain fart. Sorry. You do not consent. Yes. You do not consent to any of this shit. Don't consent to the soul trap. You have to say it right now. I do not consent to any of this. I'm done with this. All I want is love. All I want is righteousness. And all I want is to move up and do good. You have to say that. You have to take away your consent from them now. And they can't do it anymore. That's the first thing. Isn't it? Because, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Because to go back to your earlier thing, your earlier inquiry, yes, we are our same ancestors. We are the same soul jumping between avatars, being put back in avatars over and over again, like in that movie, The 13th Floor, like in The Matrix. They keep putting it right in our faces. You know what I mean? And they keep shutting us down and doing over and over again. But here we are, back again. We've returned. So what's going to happen now? I remember, you remember, and a lot of people listening to this remember. So what that means, their shit is failing. It's failing. We're waking up for real right now. So yes, we are those same ancestors again. Yes, we are. Yes, man, I said. Definitely.
I got you, brother. I got you.
Yeah, man.
So this is what I'm saying. Brothers like this, it opens up a line or array of, we can see better.
Yes.
For what he's saying, he's probably connecting the dots. Many of us, and myself included, we thought of these things, but when I saw you talking about it, I was like, God damn, he hitting it. How does viewing for us, and you kind of just explained it,
right?
How does viewing the world from other people's point of view instead of our ancestors' point of view, is that part of the ploy to pull us away from ourselves?
Yes, it's detrimental, family. It's detrimental. So you just hit a good point. We everyone in this world right now, everyone living right now, we're basically been given the vision of the world through a Roman perspective. Literally, like the Romans, the conquering, wicked, evil, barbarian freaks that turned the world into what you see it as now. We're all seeing life through their eyes right now, family. And it's totally to our detriment. We're eating like them. We drink like them. We talk like them. We sleep like them. We do everything. We have sex like them. And it's ruining us. It's the same thing with the frequency we're talking about with the music. All the things we're doing in a Roman aspect is taking us off of the frequency of nature, of earth, of the universe. We're going against the grain, but in the worst way.
Dude. Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
And this and what I don't get is we act like we're cool. We're doing the right thing.
Because you can only go by what you know, fam. Like I said, a lot of us, we've been erased. We don't even remember our ancestors. We don't even have our ancestral memories. We don't even remember what it used to be like to live on the old earth when it was just nature and we all lived in cooperation. We all shared with each other. Fam, look how hard it is right now just to tell people, look, we don't need money. We can just live together and help each other out. People look at you like you got 3 heads. That's when you're totally been sold out to the Roman way of living. The Roman occupiers have occupied your mind, which is worse than occupying the land. They occupied your mind now because you can't even see things from a loving perspective anymore. You think it's friggin' impossible to live without the Romans. Like that's where they have literally conditioned the world to think that without the Roman way of life, we'd be done. The earth is over because the Rome is over. Do you understand how that goes? Like I be telling people that this world is gonna end, and they think I'm talking about the earth ending. And I'm like, no, I'm talking about the world is Rome, the Roman system. That's the world. That's what's ending. And but the crazy part is, family, to most people, that literally does equal the earth ending. They can't live without Rome. And that's how Rome won. Because when they go down, they're taking all those people with them. That was their plan the whole time. That's how they win. They can't actually win against God or the Most High, our ancestors. They can't. This is an illusion. They never won anything. They had your mind locked into their frequency. So when they go down, they have more souls to take with them to the fourth dimension to torture in their freaky fourth dimension hell. That's it.
So is what you're hearing now, because you brought it up earlier about these reptilians and how they're taking these kids and trafficking these children all over the world. Is that fourth dimension kind of thing that you're talking about?
Oh yeah. Okay, someone said talk about eating animals. We'll do that. We'll get to that in 1 second as well.
Okay.
Yeah, the fourth dimension thing. Yes, these vampires. Okay, check this out, fam. Let's talk about this dimension thing. You have 1 dimension, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, right? Remember, a dimension just represents how many moves you can make within the space you're in.
Okay.
So in the first dimension, a being that's a 1 dimension being means he can only move like that. Okay? The second dimension being can move like this, right? A third dimension being can move like this. You understand? A fifth dimension being can move like this. You get me?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's where all this dimension things come from. So now you take us here in this third dimension, right? Now you had beings. Like I said, everything is a reflection of us. It's like a mirror reflection. We're going through a filter. So even when we're talking about the bad guys, they're actually just us, the parts of us that we're putting through the filter to get rid of. Okay. Sure. So when we're talking about the Illuminati and the evil and all this and that, watch a movie called Dark Crystal. It breaks this shit down very beautiful and simply too. The Dark Crystal will show you what I'm talking about. Okay. But this is how it is. These entities that we were at war with at a certain time, right here on this physical plane, a lot of them were wiped out physically, but energy can't be destroyed. So what the Most High did was he took their energy and trapped it in the fourth dimension like a prison. You see me? Now, from this fourth dimensional prison, these monsters who used to just be us found a way to reach back into our dimension and contact us. That's why in the Quran, they call them the whisperers, Iblis, the whisperer. They come in your head and they whisper things to you. They influence you to do things. So now, let's say, just take me, for instance. I'm a man, boom, right? I'm sitting here chilling. Let's say one of these fourth dimension beings starts whispering in my ear and he goes, hey, yo, Orion, go kick that dog or go punch that person in the face, whatever. And I just go do it like a jackass instead of thinking to myself and going, nah, that's wrong. I can't do that, right? Let's say I follow those negative vibes. The more I follow those cues from the fourth dimension fallen ones is the more I put myself on their vibration. So when they tell people, they go, oh, sacrifice a baby to me. They want you to do that, not because they're actually feeding off of anything from the baby. It's because you're dragging yourself so far down by committing that act that you're now on their frequency. They can now jump into your body. It's like a radio station. I can't tune into your radio station until I tune into your radio station. Then I can listen to your radio station.
Right.
That's what they're doing. They're making you tune into their frequency, which creates a channel from you to them, a conduit. Now they can use their mind in the fourth dimension and control your body remotely from there, like a fucking avatar, like a robot. See? So that's how they do it. They make you do these rituals and put everything on a low frequency in order for them to be able to interact with us. They couldn't interact with any of us in this earth if our shit was up. They would just be fuzz. They wouldn't even exist. But because we're tuned into their station, they're tuned into ours. So now we can have signals moving back and forth. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so is that what? Okay, so when we say the air is being sprayed with these chemtrails, the water's being fluoridated.
Yes.
You know, all the stuff that you know doesn't incorporate life into it. Does that help those beings in any kind of way? Those fourth dimensional beings?
Yes. Because here with the thing, no, family. You see, the fourth dimension is a place. It's a physical place, just like all this shit is physical. Remember, the only thing that's real is energy. Once you're in anything physical, I don't care what type of physical it is a matrix, which just means womb. It doesn't mean it's supposed to be something bad. It's our playground. It's where we as living souls interact with each other as energy beings. Outside of this, we don't do this. We're just, you know what I'm saying? This is where we get individuality and we're able to speak. I can look at you and talk and we can enjoy this shit. I love doing this. You see me? This is why we do it. But they literally have stolen our shit. They hacked it, fam. They put a virus in. Something I said, and allowed themselves into our system, into our flow. You see what I'm saying? And I'm sorry. Ask the question one more time. I just lost my train of thought. My bad.
Dude, I'm following what you say. I don't even know what the hell I asked.
That's cool. No, then that means I did what I had to do then. Because I thought I lost my train of thought. No, we're good.
No. You. I mean, so that's what I'm saying, man. You make it so all these things that we talk about and we say that's weird and this bullshit that's going on, you just shed light on it and showing us why it's being done.
Yeah, man. And the fourth dimensional parasites, these parasites, family, see, okay, yeah, they cannot exist in anything pure and good. You know, it's like trying to put a fish that's a saltwater fish. You're trying to take a saltwater fish and make him live in mud. He would just die, you know? He can't. It's just not possible. It's not your environment. So, yes, their fourth dimension world, family, is like a hell zone. It's like, imagine Earth if it was just totally decimated. There's nothing. It's just the way how you see them trying to take us right now on the path they're trying to take us. Some just nastiness, no trees, no plants, and just pure machines and cyborg type shit. That's the fourth dimension.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not what you guys think. It's not some weird. No, it's a physical, real place. And these are beings that were on a timeline just like us, but they destroyed their shit. So basically what I'm telling you is the fourth dimension wicked beings are us on a timeline where we didn't make the right choices. And now our future selves, the evil versions of us, are reaching back trying to take us over. Literally, it's all time and dimensions. We're all one, separated into a million different facets of diamonds, like the diamond in the sky. That's why they sing about diamonds in the sky. Lucy like a diamond in the sky. That's what we are. We're a diamond, a crystal, a dark crystal that's been split up, completely split up, but it's all us just trying to get back to ourselves. So now, depending on the choices you make, you could either end up in that fourth dimension hell, or you can skip past that and start going up fifth, sixth, seventh dimension back to paradise. You see what I said? But then the version of ourselves who made all the wrong choices, created this evil future, they're literally trying to take our future from us. They're trying to take our reality, fam. They want to be us because where they're from is horrible. But they've already become acclimated to being in hell, to being demons. So in order for them to operate here, they have to turn our reality into a hell where they can operate. You see what I'm saying?
I see exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, man. So that's what it's all about. That's what all the pollution is. That's what it's called terraforming. But people say it's aliens doing it. Like some aliens are trying to terraform Earth so that they can breathe in our environment. No aliens. It's demons, fallen ones, wickeds, interdimensionals and extra dimensionals fucked up their realm, and now they're trying to jump into ours. They've been doing this shit for a long time. That's what you call. Yeah, that's what you call like invasion when you see the movies with these aliens invading planets and shit. Nah, it's demons invading other realms. And these fuckers are trying to get into ours. That's what it is. And they're getting into ours through the people who they influence to do the fuckery. You see me?
See, y'all, this is why I say we can't be on that dumb shit and play. What and speaking of that dumb shit, what is it when we play dumb? Like we don't never want information. Like you're seeing a bunch of people now. Let's take it like this. The civil rights people, they saw that the shit that they did was the wrong move. And now they can't even tell the people who are going to be left here after they leave what steps to take or what should we do the right thing.
Yeah, man, it's one big clusterfuck, family. You got to realize that just about everything we've ever done as people, it's all been a fucking psyop, family. None of those movements were any of ours, yo. None of them. Not even to this day. They're not our movements, yo. Our movements are organic, fam. It's about bettering ourselves and it's about bettering ourselves without hating other people. You understand? Because you can't better yourself while hating. I mean, look what the white man did to himself through hating us. You have so much hate in you, you're destroying yourself. Right now, your birth rate is beyond negative. Is minus. You're not even making enough babies to replace your own fucking people. You're gonna go extinct just naturally. And that's from hate. That's from fucking hate. That's from living with hate in your heart. You understand what I'm saying? So now you're so fucking ignorant, hating on me, that you're not even seeing that there's somebody wiping your ass out.
Dude, the crystal clear. Let's get to the sister's question about eating the animals.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You already know I don't fuck with that. I don't eat the animals, B. I see them. Okay, look, it goes beyond any vegan shit and all that. I don't follow movements like that. All right. I don't jump on people. If you happen to eat meat, dog, you're just dealing with life from your perspective. I let people come around me and just vibes off my energy, and eventually they just stop eating meat. I never tell them nothing. You see what I'm saying? I just cook great meals. They eat great meals, and they realize, damn, I don't have to eat meat. So with that being said, fam, the thing with the animals is this: you got to understand that we are not vampires. We don't need to be feeding off of other living flesh in order to survive. It's bad enough that we have to take energy from the plants. You see what I'm saying? But why are we gonna take sentient beings, motherfuckers that can think and have feelings and shit, and keep them, dog? That's karma, B. You got to understand that anything, okay, in the Bible, it says, what you do to the least of us, you do to the greatest of us.
Right.
So with that being said, think about it like this, family. If you consent to saying, fuck it, we can take sentient beings, cage them up, kill them, and eat them whenever we want, torture them, do whatever, make clothes out of them, whatever fuck, then fam, you're consenting to that being done to you. What makes you think you're better than those living sparks of energy?
Right.
We have to think about it like this. These are living things, just like everything else. What right do we have to take away their freedom and their sovereignty?
Man, during this whole pandemic, on one of the major streets in the city where I live, when you pass by the chicken places,
yeah,
it's a line wrapped around all of them.
Of course.
I'm like, really? I mean,
Of course. It's just how we've been conditioned, family. You know what I say? Like the God is saying right here. He says, I haven't listened to it yet, but people need to stop following the script like remote control bots. Obedience is the creed of slaves, not enlightened people. So everyone's following what Roman society has put down.
Right.
It's the Romans who came with this locking animals up and torturing them and killing them for food. It's the Romans who came with all this hoarding of goods and everybody, I have to have all this. Remember, the Romans had vomitoriums, fam. This is how fucked up these people were. They had vomitoriums.
What the fuck is a vomitorium?
Yo, they would eat so much, family. They were such gluttons. They were decadent, family, just hedonistic, gluttonous. Fam, the Romans would go into a restaurant and sit down and eat so much meat and everything till they had to go throw up. And they would go to the vomitorium, which was outside of the restaurant, like a bathroom. They would go in there, you'd vomit into the pit and go back in and eat more. And then you go back out and vomit again and go back and eat more. Just that consumer vampire virus lifestyle. That's what we're on. That's what everybody's living right now. That Roman vampiric lifestyle. You see me?
Yeah, man, you ever seen that? The people who weigh 600 and 700 pounds.
Yeah.
That's what comes to mind when you talk about that.
That's what they did. And let me tell you something that's messed up though about that. We need to talk about this nutrition in the food as well, fam. A lot of those people, let me tell you what's sad about that, family. The majority of the food we eat, especially here in America, the shit has zero nutrients in it, family. Zero nutrients. So what happens to a lot of people's bodies, fam, is they'll eat, and even though they're full, because you're full of shit, you're just stuffed with a bunch of material. So, right? Serious. So you get zero nutrients from it, but you're full. But your body's still craving the nutrients. So that's why you see people getting obese, because their body keeps wanting to eat because they're not getting nutrients. It's not that they're just greedy or gluttonous. This shit goes deep, fam. It's really fucked up. But a lot of us have been our bodies are programmed to do that now because that's the only way your body is even getting a little bit of nutrients. Literally, people are sacrificing their lives and their health just to be able to get a little bit of actual nutrients.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you can, and you I don't see how are all these grocery stores packed every day with brand new shit every day.
Yeah.
You know, one of your programs, you were talking about the CERN program.
Okay.
Could you talk a little bit about that and give us a real wake up call on that? Because that's something that is not passed around a lot.
Oh man. All right, fam. Wow. This CERN is going to tie up everything we just talked about. Okay. CERN is the machine that these assholes built when the macro lords from the macroverse, the same fallen fourth dimensional beings, were whispering to them. This is what they were teaching them. They started off with John D. You know who John D is? Have you heard of John D? He's the first 007. You know James Bond? He's the first 007 in real life. He was Queen Elizabeth the First's right-hand man, her soothsayer, her magician, her advisor, everything. John D was the one who contacted the macros and started getting the diagram for what you call CERN now. They started this shit from about 2,000-3,000 years ago, fam. That's how long they've actually been working on CERN. Now, what CERN is okay, CERN is a collider, okay? It's a circle that's literally 19 kilometers in diameter. See, so let's call it about 18 miles. It's the biggest machine in the universe right now. You feel me? That we know of, right? So what they use CERN for, according to them, is they're trying to recreate the Big Bang. See, which in layman's term, regular terms, just means they're trying to open portals. Right? Bang, boom, energy, boom. So what they do is they take particles of light. They shoot it through CERN's the circular tube that makes up CERN. Yeah, Switzerland. Yes, exactly. It's on the border of Switzerland and France. See, and it's built right where the Temple of Apollyon was, which is fucking amazing. Because in the Bible it says they're gonna use a key to open up the bottomless pit. See, to Apollyon, the fucking demon realm, right? This is crazy. But anyway, the fucking CERN is a huge circle. Right? And they shoot particles through it, almost basically the speed of light. Then they smash them together, causing what you would call an implosion. So it bends space and time into itself and rips it open. See? So using this CERN machine, aka the Stargate, right, which symbol happens to be a key, they're using that to open up the gates from the fourth dimension into this dimension. So they're trying to physically let the demonic forces from the fourth dimension into our realm, but they're not able to come out yet because the environment still isn't suitable for them. So when they come into our realm, they stay in the underground bases like at CERN, Area 51, and places like that in their hermetically sealed environments. See, they set the environment to the hell frequency in those places. Those demons come in and they stay there until, I mean, if we allow the frequency of our planet to go down so far that they can start walking the streets, we'll be fucked. But that's what this whole shit you see going on with the crisis is about. They're not going to be able to do it. This shit is making sure that, regardless of what anyone believes, I'm telling you, there's some real spiritual shit going on. Because the core of it and all that shit is a demonic entity. It's more than just a virus. It's a fucking demonic entity in itself. It was created by the demons in order to turn people into zombie flesh, but it didn't work. You see me? But the CERN Large Hadron Collider family is a machine. The LHC is a machine that's used to open portals. It's a fucking Stargate, and they use it. They operate it by smashing light particles together. Of course, that's what it is. And it's a real machine. It's a real thing. They have more than one. There's a few of them around the world. You know, and that's literally what they're for.
So, you know, we always, in our communities, we always, we all have brothers like yourself trying to pass on information because we know the information we get in the schools and the churches and stuff is shit.
You're right.
but it's always refreshing when brothers like you know, speak about what's going on and stuff.
Bless.
What do you think the people who awaken, and I know it's not that many, what the few that there is,
Mm-hmm.
and when I say few, I would say it's about, just my estimate, 100 million so-called Negroes here in America.
Right.
The 10, no, I'm just kidding. The few that are awakened, what could they do to, you know, to counteract that or bring some balance to the situation?
Okay. Okay. It's much easier than we think. Okay. You have to have confidence in yourself, and you have to have confidence in what you know. Don't allow anyone to make you think contrary. Stay on the path you're on. Okay. Remember, we're energy and everything is light codes. So the human body, your avatar carries a particular light code. You have an energy field, an aura field that surrounds your body. That's your electromagnetic field that keeps certain things out and keeps certain things in.
Check.
Now, right. So now your aura field is made up of light codes. So the more powerful you can make your aura, the more powerful you can push your light codes. Is everywhere you go, you're gonna be inserting that light code into the environment you're in. So that's what we need to do. We need to be strong within ourselves so that everywhere we go, our code overwrites the code of Babylon, of Rome. You see me?
Y'all got that?
Right.
You
So,
got that? Yeah.
so to
Yeah.
put it simply, so to put it even simpler than that, fam, that would be like me. Let's say I leave from here. I'm in Cali right now. I don't really live in Cali. I live every fucking way, but I'm in Cali right now, right? But let's say I leave Cali and I go back to Miami, or I go to Jamaica, or I go to Mexico, Canada, wherever the fuck I end up, right? I go to one of these places. I've never been there. I don't know anyone there, right? And I land in the environment. This is how the light code things work. This is how you change things. Instead of me going in there and the environment influencing me, like I go to some area, let's say, and there's a bunch of it's kind of thugged out maybe. Well, all of a sudden now you're going to see me start becoming like a fucking thug or some shit if I let the environment influence me. But if I go there now and I'm pushing my light codes heavy, eventually you're going to see all the kids in the neighborhood and the people in the neighborhood vibes into me. Next thing you know, you're going to see little kids start locking up their hair. Next thing you know, they're going to be like, yo, ma, I don't even feel like eating meat. Just like right now when I go around little kids, all of a sudden they just don't want to eat meat. I never even said it to them, not even once. They just don't want to eat meat no more. You see what I'm saying? That's how you do it, fam. You don't have to do anything extra special except be special in yourself. Be you and love yourself and know your power and know your worth. That way, everywhere you go, you influence the environment. The environment doesn't influence you. And that's it. That's all we need. You see me?
That is it. That is all.
That's it. We need more influencers. You know how they have that saying now, Instagram influencers? Well, we need more real life influencers. Just go around and influence people with your energy without preaching to them and beating them down with it. Just be your natural self and they will follow you. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. See how Ken Amos here says, wow, just being without the conditioning from any other source penetrates any environment we're in. Wow. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Respect. Yeah, man, because that's it right there. That's it. We don't have to do anything crazy. We don't have to, it's just be you and let people be influenced by your goodness, bro. Straight up. Yeah, man.
Well, brother, hey, man, I want to thank you. You got to come back, man.
Hey, anytime. I love this. I love this. I love this.
And here's why. Because you see things a lot of us may not look at it as, but how you put it up there, we can connect those dots with all the other stuff we do know. Because since it's so few of it, everybody's into the TV. Man, I was looking at the stock thing, man. Netflix stock is like $400. Right? So any chance you can come on, man, and share some ideas and some knowledge with us, man, it'd truly be appreciated.
Man, anytime, bro. I'm so thankful. I just hope that you guys got something from this, and I hope I didn't leave any, too many, loose ends. Whatever it is you need, just try to research some of the stuff I'm talking about, because of course, we're just scratching the surface right now. I just want to make sure everyone got, the gist of what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
If they want to get in contact with you, man, I found this brother on Instagram. Somebody told me, say, man, check this brother out.
Yeah.
And I sat all day watching his stuff because the brother be coming with it. So if the people want to get in contact with you, man, how do they do that?
Yeah, just check the Instagram. It's Orion Orion _Morningstar, but without the G. It's just MORNINSTAR 676. Orion _Morningstar 676 on my Instagram. Just come there, and I have an email. It's PALAVO, P as in Paul, A as in Apple, L as in Larry, A as in Apple, V as in Victor, O as in Oscar at yahoo.com. Palavo@yahoo.com. You can hit me up on there, you know what I mean? And we'll take it from there. Hit me on the Instagram. But the thing with the Instagram is I used to try to answer my DMs as much as possible, fam, but I can't now. It's impossible. Like I would have to hire someone to go through my DMs for me, you know? So a lot of times people DM me and I can't get through it because it's just so many. So it's kind of hard to get to my DMs. So if you come on my shit, it's easier to just try to hit me on like a post that I made. Just say something, be like, yo, Orion, whatever. I DM'd you and tell me from there so I can see it, or email me. You understand? So, and then we can go from there. Yeah.
Well, cool, brother. Well, you're appreciated heavily right here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And I love you, and I love you guys. I love everyone. Thank you for having me on. And thanks everyone for listening. You feel me? Namaste.
Yes,
For real. Yeah,
love you back, brother. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. And hey, call me later on so we can set up another one.
Oh, yes, sir. I'll do that.
All right.
Hey, African American, African crowd. So this is what I'm saying. This brother's giving it to you. You got brothers and sisters like this all over. Check those people out.
Fam, can I just say one thing before we go?
Yes, sir.
Because remember, I'm not African American, remember, but we're all one, bro. I don't see, you know what I'm saying? But look, I've come in contact with a lot of black people here who, like, you know, they're like, you know, we're not African and stuff. And I get it. It's to break the cycle. You know, I get that. But we also got to remember that it was also Rome that separated everything. Remember, our ancestors considered what you call America here, our ancestors called Northwest Africa. It was one country. Like, we had one global empire. Like, yes, we had Nubians that were born here in the West, were indigenous to here. We had Nubians that were born in Africa, they're indigenous to Africa. We have Nubians from the Olympiads. We have Nubians from fucking Australia. You get what I'm saying? So it was one, we had one empire. They separated our shit. So at the same time, I just want to say, like, all of us need to come together on every level, on every continent, and just be one. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, but what I mean by that is simply since we're here.
Yes.
See, I can't be in Compton talking about Brooklyn, New York.
Right. No, bro, I get you 100%. But I get you. I love what you're doing. I love it. I'm not trying to be contrary against what you're doing.
Oh, no, I understand. I know, but I'm just saying, it's like we got to focus on what we got to do as a group of people. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, definitely. But what I find happening, what I don't want happening, and this is what I find, is that a lot of our black brothers here, sometimes the ones who don't, you know, because not everyone connects like how we do, fam. You dig? So sometimes you have ones that are they're not up there yet, so they end up acting like they're kind of beefing with the Africans, and I'm like, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? We're not supposed to. We're supposed to be educating each other and uplifting. And yes, African Americans are not Africans. I agree 100%. We're from this motherfucker. I agree 100%. I'm Caribbean. I'm indigenous Caribbean. Nobody brought my family over here. I know. Yeah, I agree with you 1,000,000%. All I'm saying is, family, let's not cause beef between us, because, fam, you know, you got people who beef with me because I'm Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
you know what you're gonna have to share one day. This is what I tell people, man. I'm like, how the hell do you call it North America and South America, and it's all just one continent?
Yeah, that's Rome. Rome did that.
Yeah.
Rome did that, fam. We don't live on that. We never did that. We don't know borders and none of that. We were one fucking unit. We're one universe. How are we gonna even have a border from country to country? That don't make no sense. And I'm not talking about some New World Order weird shit. I'm talking about, you know what I mean? No, just for people listening, fam. You know what I'm talking about? Because some people hear this and think the wrong thing. When I say no borders, like they think I'm talking about no. The New World Order is trying to copy what we originally had. You see me? Yeah,
so there you have it. There you have it, people. Orion Morningstar. Check him out over at Instagram. He just sent you his email. He gave you his email. Holla at the brother. You know, and let the kids listen to him.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Man.
So, brother, appreciate you. Thank you for coming on. And I'm gonna call you later on today so we can hook up something for the next time.
All right, brother. Awesome.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man.
We're gonna make this a regular thing.
Yes, sir.
All right.
See you guys. All right. So we can see you next time.
Yes, sir.
Everybody have a good day. We'll
Stay up,
see you
everyone.
soon. All right.
Bang.
Uh,
Bless. Yeah.
uh.